In the last 6 hours GBP, UK growth slump. Longer-term setups may exist in the last 8 hours. Pound tumbles as data shows UK growth has stalled yesterday. Comparing economic growth across the world, pound tanks as investors react to worse-than-expected UK growth figures. Update 2 UK growth falls to 5-year low. Seen delaying rate hike. UK interest rate hikes on hold as growth grinds to a halt. Banks pushback BO rate forecasts after growth data shock. Banks pushback. Bank of England rate forecasts after growth data shock. UK economy grinds to a halt with 0.1% growth in first quarter. UK's Q1 growth slowest since 2012 as UK growth slumps. US GDP leaps past expectations. UK growth falls to 5-year low. Bank of England seen delaying rate hike. UK growth falls to 5-year low. Seen delaying rate hike calls for action as UK economic growth grinds to a halt. The real reasons behind the collapse in UK GDP growth. Poor GDP growth hit sterling like a bucket of cold water less than a year before Brexit. UK economy in weakest growth since 2012. Dismal UK GDP growth deals sterling knockout blow. GBP AUD exchange rate drops -0.8% after gloomy UK GDP growth forecast. FTSE rises on falling pound amid weak UK economic growth. Snow only partly to blame for sharp UK growth slowdown. Economy grinds to virtual halt with 0.1% growth. Britain's growth figures clearly disappointing, says May's spokesman. Britain's growth figures clearly disappointing, says PM May's spokesman. Top news summary: UK first quarter GDP growth weakest since 2012. UK economic growth rate slows in first quarter. UK economy slows down in Q1 with a growth of only 0.1%. Pound dip says UK GDP growth slows to 5-year low. UK economy grinds to a halt as GDP growth falls to 5-year low. Sterling slides as UK growth slumps to 5-year low. UK GDP growth grinds to near halt, knocking nail into May hike coffin. Pound slumps as UK growth slows to 5-year low. Sterling slumps after UK growth slows to weakest since 2012. UK economy sees weakest quarterly growth since 2012. UK economy books weakest quarterly growth since 2012. Sterling tumbles as UK growth hits 5-year low. UK economic growth collapses to just 0.1% in first quarter of 2018. UK economy sees slowest growth in over 5 years. UK growth slows to weakest since 2012, whether only partly to blame. UK GDP growth falls to 5-year low. UK growth slows sharply in first quarter. UK economic growth slows more sharply than expected, sending the pound down. Beast's economic chill as growth eases to 0.1%. UK GDP growth rate slows to 0.1% in first quarter. In the last 7 days, UK economic growth stable but sluggish. Item Club spring forecast: a hard Brexit could end UK growth in 2022, ratings agency warns.